screens of us.
This is some beyond the looking glass ass shit right here. I don't know. Let me close it. It says there's one person here, and I feel like that's enough to do a show.
But I have two of us. Like, are we going vertical and
That's
horizontal?
the vertical and horizontal. Hi, Kaya.
But we are one.
No, it can just. This one's for like if we wanted to post this for.
But I thought Star got rid of that one.
Let me just. There we go. Oh Jesus. I took it. Yeah, I don't know if we want to. Oh, hi, vertical. All right. Tori, are you frozen? Where's your microphone? There are people here. Can you see me?
Yeah, but I see two overlaid on my screen of us on top. Can you get rid of one of those screens?
No. Asar is texting. Just go. Oh yeah, I did. I did go live. People are starting to come in, but you see two of me.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? I'm a beautiful man.
I can. Okay.
Is it very distracting?
No, that's okay. I thought Star got. Okay.
Tori, what we're doing is we are just going to ride this out till Michael Dean comes back, and at this point he could ask for any amount of money. And he could prove that he definitely deserves it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now there are two. I know. I don't know. I can't find one, much less the second one. What is going on with this thing? Is it me? I am so. And now there's a bunch of people in the other feed. I don't even know what the other feed is or where you could even locate that. Tori, I am a man that's losing his mind. I think this is.
Now there are two of them, you said.
Yeah, I think there's a friends from work one too. Yeah, I don't. Because if I switch profiles, I think. Yeah. Well, can you see us on the? Can somebody tell us? Can you see us on the other profile?
A shitload of us are in the other feed.
Can you send us the link to our GD feed, please? It's so embarrassing. I went to effing grad school and it's too much.
We're not live on the other feed, it says.
Okay, people are saying stay here. I'm gonna stay. I'm not moving. I don't even know if I could move, Tori, at this point. I think that this is just. I don't know what I did wrong. And that's what's always going to bother me. Because I was ready because I was like, well, yesterday was a major F up. Yeah. And so today, I've been sitting here and then like as the time keeps going, I'm like texting Sarah, like, do you see it? And she was like, I left a comment. Do you see it? I was like, that's not good. And here we are at 3:15. Here we are, a referendum.
Just find the old feed and delete it.
Okay. Let me try that real quick. Hold on.
You're live on my phone, but not on the TV. So I think you use just the vertical one, and we're trying to use the one. We want the widescreen one.
Is the widescreen on?
No, just the phone one is on. Like no one can watch if they're watching on TV. This is your Patreon website that we're on.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think is that bad?
Yeah.
I mean, this says friends from. Oh, maybe that's what I used. Maybe. Okay, is that okay? Wait, it says vertical.
Yeah, now everyone has to go to their phone.
Oh, okay. Hold on, let me switch it. It says show vertical. What about that? Or we want horizontal.
Right.
Well, how's that? Is that vertical or no? People are acting like this is not widescreen. W. Booker, I don't need that right now. I'm already saying that in my head. I don't know what's going on. There is an explanation for this. We were able to do several shows. Oh, is this coming through the Patreon?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh. So what should it become? It should be coming through just old school Al Jackson, old meat and potatoes Al Jackson?
Like StreamYard?
I'm on StreamYard. All right, Tori, get your microphone and we're going to attempt to...
Dick slapping hose is here.
Oh, we have a new colleague. Oh, it says friends from work Patreon. So, you know what I was doing? I was uploading, because to get us on Apple Podcast, Tori, I have to put it into the Patreon because we get a free RSS feed.
Okay.
So that that thing, no good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah.
All of our YouTube clips, every single episode we've done, I went through and changed the thumbnails, every single one, put the right episode description and timestamps in there. It's taken hours. And you know what that did? Destroyed the live show. That's what I did for probably spending 22 hours changing every single individual thumbnails individualized to that show. And this is the problem. Okay. Somebody said we're in the multiverse right now. When I came on, I told Tori, this is like when I tried to watch Ant-Man and the Quantum Theory, whatever, and it's about sliding doors. Okay, Tori, we're gonna have to
it says we're on Patreon.
No, that's just the banner.
I'm on YouTube. It does say you were on Patreon.
What about that?
Okay.
So I can change the banner. But are we on Patreon? Because if we are, make sure
some
to
of the people you're mentioning we can't see in this chat. Okay, try going to chat and hit live chat, because sometimes it does top chat. No, you on your YouTube. Okay.
Okay, see? We're okay. Yeah, I think we see people.
I don't know why it's vertical, says SAR.
It says hide vertical, but then everybody flipped out. That's us regular.
I don't see a change.
I see Julia. I see dick slapping hoes. I hope YouTube doesn't sanction us and knock us down in the algorithm because of your name, dick slapping hoes. If that's what you've been doing, then so be it.
They say we're on Patreon, but some people say we're on YouTube.
I think we're both. I think we're good. I think you can watch us from wherever you find yourself.
Oh boy.
I know it's not great, Tori, but we just have to get to the weekend. That's the goal.
Julia doesn't see dick slapping hoes.
Julia says she didn't see dick. She didn't say slapping hoes because she's a woman of character. Okay.
Yes, if someone's on their phone, you're not on the YouTube TV app at all.
Have we been?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm a comedian. That was a talk show host, that all of a sudden I'm an effing audio tech rep that's at your house trying to fix your internet.
You were on Patreon on YouTube, says Kathy Willette.
Oh, is that Kathy? What's up, girl? I didn't even know you could be on Patreon on YouTube. I thought they were competing companies.
Slapshot says he doesn't see dick either, and I'm on live chat.
Okay, well, dick's famous to me, but I mean, for the rest of y'all, we can keep going, right? And maybe we find out later that
both at once for more views, says Void. So there's two going
Thank you.
on at once. There's two.
Yeah, but we're both here. Yeah, this is our plan. This is where we're going to boost our numbers up. We're going to have 9 laptops going every show. Surround sound laptop. So, all right. Okay. All right, Tori, let's get into it. We have to talk about your alma mater.
Okay, Will Watson, can you stop with the 6-7? We get it. We got it. Or we're going to have to.
Yeah, I think.
How are we on two different things? Okay.
Well, maybe that's the thing, is maybe we're getting like Will Watson because we're like opening up to different things.
There are two chats.
Okay. All right, Will, it was a pleasure. I tried to get rid of you. There he is.
Yeah, you got rid of like 2 other people.
No, Will is like ruining
you got rid of 2 other people, didn't you?
Did we?
Yeah, I saw you ban 2 other people. You said Stonegate was banned and their comments removed.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that means more people are seeing us. If more, Marcy says, when does Michael Dean come back? Next week, Tori?
I don't.
He's coming back next week because he has to, even if we have to helicopter him back like James Bond. So this is insane. I don't know
Mimi, we're not trying something different. We're not trying something different. We just don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's almost more insulting. If Mimi was just like, are you guys ending the show? It's like, we're actually trying, 2 adults.
Okay.
So,
okay.
All right, Tori, let's get to a couple stories.
Okay.
And yeah, I think enough people can see us. Mimi's asking, when does Michael Dean come back? He's coming back next week. So this is I am flabbergasted, but we still got 63 people in here hanging out. And Marcy said, I'm doing well. Marcy, you're being very sweet. No, I'm not. That's like, I mean, maybe, Tori, is that what's going on with our American children? Is like, you ever see a kid strike out so bad in Little League, the bat comes out of his hands, and his parents are like, good job, Kevin. Marcy, you just gave me a good job, Kevin. That was very sweet of you. I don't know what's happening. If it wasn't for you guys, the chances of me having thrown my laptop, I'm not saying are high.
Oh, we're horizontal now. Okay.
Yeah, so we're good.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Michigan coach because things have gone downhill.
Tori, this is your alma mater. Tori, catch people up.
We're all blue. So our coach was fired and actually detained. And the reason is because he was dating or having an affair with someone on the training staff, got them pregnant, had the Plan B pill door dashed over to their house.
I didn't know that.
He came forward, the door dasher, and then got into the house and threatened to then allegedly kill the woman that he had the affair with.
Because the woman he was having the affair with, and colleagues, I'm assuming that you have seen the story, the Michigan coach fired, and we
don't know, C-Dog. We don't know what's happening to this chat. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, but it's it will be better next week, C-Dog. I promise. But yeah, Tori, I mean, it was his executive assistant. So basically his assistant. And apparently, don't forget, he was also married with 3 children. And he was holding on to one of the top probably 3 jobs in college football, considering that he got the job given to him by the former coach, Jim Harbaugh, who won the national championship a few years ago, that now coaches the Los Angeles Chargers. Tori, I also saw another interesting footnote about this Michigan team, and I wanted to lead us to a bigger discussion. When Jim Harbaugh was there's a documentary on Netflix, I believe it's called Sign Stealer.
It's so good.
About the fact that he was cheating, and he basically hired a guy to steal the secret signs that the other teams were, so he could tell the other teams' plays.
Yeah.
Ever since then, Tori, 7 Michigan staffers have been arrested in one form or another. One Michigan football staffer, one was downloading images of Wolverine athletes.
Oh my God.
This guy, the guy that was stealing signs, I don't think he went to jail. And Sherrone Moore, their coach, was detained. But do you think when you have an atmosphere like we'll do anything to win, and you do you think that kind of leads to things where you have 7 staffers arrested over the last 3 years, including your head coach last night?
Yeah, and not only fired, but like detained. So there is an alleged assault. A lot of you are saying they didn't know the other part of the story. So it's not just like he had an inappropriate affair, which is awful, and he did it with his executive assistant, but to have the DoorDasher come forward.
Be like, this lazy dude made me come to the door. I already picked up your plan B, bro. I already got those looks.
There, and this is so super serious. There was an alleged assault that he put on this executive assistant, went to her house. So he is now in jail. Look, we didn't win against Ohio State, okay? And everyone thought that was like the worst thing that Michigan could do. This is way, way worse.
Monday was like, hold my beer. Yeah, Tory, it's a crazy thing because, first of all, he had a very lucrative contract, colleagues. And when we see this all the time, when, coaches are fired before the end of their contract, they're like, you're not winning enough games. It's like, cool, but it's a contract, bro. So there are coaches that get fired and they get like a $60 million payout, $53 million payout. But he was fired with cause because this is a violation of the personal conduct policy. So he is not only fired and a national lightning rod, he also is not getting paid. And he has been divorced already this year. It's been a rough year.
It's not good. And Sherrone Moore doesn't need any more of this.
No.
Yeah, he's not going to get a single thing because you can then fire him at will, and he's been terminated immediately. Not a great look for my alma mater. Not a great look for the Michigan football team. We already had, as you said, Harbaugh. I always say Harbaugh, but it's Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Yeah,
you don't have to make your face like that. You just say Harbaugh.
Harbaugh.
Yes.
Harbaugh. Yeah, so that guy's was also kind of has the reputation now down because of the sign stealing that they had. Michigan State. This is not Michigan State, by the way. This is University of Michigan. But
Michigan State had a very similar story. And it's thank you for bringing that up. It was, I want to say, maybe a year or two ago. The coach of Michigan State was fired. Tory, did you hear this? Guys, I'm not trying to make light of this situation, but he was fired for making inappropriate overtures towards the woman that they brought in to talk to the kids about sexual harassment. Yeah.
He harassed the woman who taught them about sexual harassment.
That's like that. The only thing close to that is when the old owner of Papa John's, the originator, right before they got rid of him, he was using the N-word all the time. And so they set him up, or the board set him up with a crisis PR team. And when he was on the call with them, he was using the N-word there. And they were like, this guy's got to go. They were like, we don't even have any training. That's why, he was on a crisis call for saying the N-word, and he said it. And the guy from Michigan State. Now, the Michigan State thing, and I don't want to speak out of turn, but me and my boys were talking about this a lot when it initially happened, because they too did not want to pay him. And so there is a little bit of that too, because I was saying to my boys, if he beats Ohio State last week, I don't know if we're having this conversation. I think winning takes care of everything, and it will be
not just winning. It's that game that's like so vastly important to our culture at Michigan.
Right.
So
it's hard to understand how big it is.
Yeah, you can't underestimate how big this is. So, like, look, I don't know what's happening in Michigan, because Michigan State also, I believe, had Larry Nassar, the doctor for the gymnastics, who assaulted those poor girls, and no one listened to them over and over and over. So I just have to say it. This will take years to rebuild, to get the team has got to be so confused, and they've got to be in disarray, and it's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. Yeah.
Can you imagine being a player on that team?
Yeah, I'd be
just waking up to this. And I will also say this: in the day and age where college students do have the transfer portal and NIL money, do you think every major school isn't calling them like, hey, this is so-and-so from Alabama. Sorry about your coach. You know what we have down here? Coaches that hang out with their wife. It's
Yeah.
also warm
Yeah.
here in Alabama. There is going to be, they are going to pick the bones clean of that team if they have to start over.
It's a
And a
smart
lot of
idea to
people
do
are,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. And
So
by
I
the
mean,
way, this
it's a
is a
thing.
long it's a long way from it's a long way from Tom Brady being our quarterback.
Well, Tori, it's an interesting thing because a lot of fans, especially fans our age, are saying, and Troy Aikman, Super Bowl quarterback, I love him as an announcer. Gabriel saying that he's saying that he's frustrated over NIL, that these players get money and these players have the ability to transfer schools at will. Do you think that's a good idea to allow?
I think players should get paid, and I'm sorry if I upset anyone with this, but I know Michigan football players when I went, and it was a full-time job. I mean, and they raised so much money for Michigan on the backs of those players. I mean, the amount of alumni giving is like outrageous because of the football program. And I know that some of the athletes really didn't have a lot of money, and it was like I don't know how fair that is. So maybe I'm ignorant about it, but that was a job, the promotion, the working, going to school. Like they should be compensated on some situation. Johnny was banned. He said, I look good.
I know, but he kept hitting on you. Did you want that to keep going?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to unban him.
Okay. If he does again, we'll ban him.
Well, he kept going, what's up, shorty? Like he was, do you want that from now on? We're going to have these meetings right now.
I think okay. I don't know.
Because it's going to escalate.
Okay.
I will just say this, Tori, and I'll say this because it might heighten the conversation. Would we know the difference in universities if it wasn't for sports?
No. And especially like the high level football. That is why I went to that school. And I'm saying this as from a Jewish academic private school in DC. And I was like, oh, that place looks cool because of the M, because of the logo. That's all because of football. And so
football and basketball. I mean, it's like
absolutely.
They're really the marketing and advertising arm of the school. Would anybody in this chat know where Gonzaga was or even what it was?
Right,
even Notre Dame is in, at the top of Illinois. It's not a hot spot. I think you might say, well, I've heard of Cal Berkeley or something, or NYU. But really, the reason people don't talk about NYU as much as they do UNC is because NYU doesn't have sports.
Totally agree with you. Yeah. And I do think they should be paid. I strongly feel that way. And I just don't think it's fair what they go through because it's all made on their backs. All the money, so much money is made on their athletic skill and they don't see a dime of it. So maybe that's how I believe. Yeah.
I just think that, in the future, hopefully that they'll just sit down. I just feel like they didn't think about this. They were just like, no, it'll be good.
Yeah, it's not fair.
Let me ask you this last thing, and this doesn't have so much to do with Michigan, but just in general, the workplace in general, because this happened with his executive assistant. Do you think any type of romantic relationship between employees is an instant fireable offense?
No. Now, if it's
because it seems like it is.
No, but a boss and executive assistant is a no-go. I mean, you just can't have that because the power struggle there is real, and that's just uncalled for. And that would go against a moral clause, for sure. I'm not saying any affair. I'm not trying to put people out, but like when you do that to your executive assistant, there's a way that she felt she couldn't say no, and I could easily argue that in court. So I don't think it's fair to do that. Either have her leave the program or stop the affair, but I just don't think it's fair.
Well, she did allow her salary to be doubled after they were working together. So, I mean,
I know people who have met at work and married, and it's fine, but you have to be on a similar level. You can't be a boss to like a subordinate. It's not a good look. It's not a good feeling. I
would argue most people, at least 10 years ago, most people met at work.
I mean, that's where you might meet people, but you got to be very careful now, especially since the Matt Lauer lock button.
Woo. Right. Yeah, that was a power dynamic that we were not ready for. All right, Tori, I wanted to get to this. And this is a serious situation, but did you see the clips on TMZ, the comedian Andy Dick?
Yes.
passed out on the
He
sidewalk.
overdosed, Al.
Yeah.
He overdosed. I don't know if y'all have seen the pictures or the video, but he is humped over, and he's white as a ghost, Al. And someone is trying to literally like wake him up. I don't know if they got Narcan in him or what, but he was, I mean, that's close to where you're in cardiac arrest.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's you know, there was footage a couple weeks ago on TMZ, and Julius saying he refused to go to the hospital, where he was just like sitting on the curb like a street busker, and people were coming up to him asking questions. And you know, they did seem concerned, but also they're doing it for the gram. And to think about how wasn't he on news radio?
Yeah, he was
What show?
hysterical. He was great on news radio.
Right. He was good in Old School. Remember, he was the sex counselor that the ladies brought over.
Yeah, he is
He
just
just
in a
has this
lot of trouble.
personality. He has been. I've heard comedians, because he's of that Janine Garofalo, Pat Oswalt era of comics that all kind of came up, and he's the one that had as much talent as any of them did,
Absolutely.
and kind of launched like they did. But something happened.
Yeah, he's got the addictive personality that he can't. I mean, he really needs some serious help in treatment, rehab. I know he's already been, but this looked like he was close to dying. When you see someone white, like blue white, he was like blue white. So yeah, that was not good.
All right. Well, Tori, I wanted to ask you this because
Mimi Davis, he is doing well now. And he has spoken out, I think, about it. So he's alive and well now, but if you look up the pictures, it looked like a corpse. It really was very scary. Very, very scary.
Well, it's just been and Eileen adding the part that we didn't talk about, the Sherrone Moore, that he did he's alleged to have put a knife up to a woman's throat and threatened suicide. And I believe that's why he was picked up by the police. He was detained for that action, and also that he may be a threat to himself.
Yeah, because he then put it up. I heard that he put a knife up to his throat and was like, I'm going to commit or whatever, unalive myself. So the story keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I mean, it's like a pie. If the pie is terrible and every layer of the tiramisu is like worse and worse and worse. So we're
Right.
You know, it's going to be a whole new generation that needs to come through Michigan to clear out this stank.
Right. But, you know, and it does. Mimi brings up a good point, because she says Mika and Joe Scarborough had an affair at work and now they're together.
Yeah,
And
but they're on the same level.
So did TJ and
Amy Robach.
Yes.
But they're on the same level, right? Like that's apparently okay. There's no power dynamic there. When you do it to your executive assistant, the point is that she doesn't feel comfortable saying, I'm not comfortable with this anymore. Like there's no way for her to end it because he's the big boss. And I think that's fair. That protects a lot of people.
Okay, this is me just devil's advocate. Are you taking away her agency with that to make a decision about who she dates?
If she wants to date him that badly, she finds another job. Or he finds another job. But the rules in place.
I don't think he's going to find another job. Imagine telling your wife, I'm quitting. Why? Too much stress? No, this hottie at work. And I don't want to be unethical.
Yeah.
I just
you gotta find. You just can't do it.
And I think the examples we're bringing up with TJ and Amy and Joe Scarborough, I think they are valid, but I think more times than not, it's just a bad idea. It's just like, it's very difficult to have any situation in which men and women are together 8 hours a day and there's not going to be any romantic sparks, that happen. So it's a very strange thing.
Yeah.
And I always thought that was weird that you have to tell HR you're dating.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that have been harassed by this and it's gone on way too long. Like in the 70s and 80s, all the bosses hitting the secretary's ass with the whiskey. I mean,
you've got to have, or with the whiskey in them.
I kind of picture it like spilling a little.
Yeah, I feel like he had a tumbler glass and he's like, come in here.
Yeah, I mean,
Marsha.
You got to protect those people because it's not a fair dynamic. It really isn't.
Well, my question is, what do you have to tell HR? Do you have to get into it? And
no,
be like, I'm dating this girl, Mary. And HR is like, stop talking. I'm like, I have to tell you, she has a set of legs on her. And they're like, you're going to lose your job. I'm like, I'm trying to cover my bases.
The gams on her.
Have you ever heard of a Russian massage? That's what she gave me. Is that legal? They're like, you don't work here anymore. It's been 2
That's right.
years.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. The movie 9 to 5 is a great one where they had to kidnap their boss because he was such a sexual harasser. What an ass. Anita Hill, says Christina. All these places, you got to have rules in place that you don't feel so uncomfortable. It's fair.
Yeah. And don't forget, famously, the director of Anchorman said that he made that not just as a comedy, but to show how ridiculous men were in the workplace. Because that was
Isn't
basically
that
supposed to be
Apatow?
like, yeah, it's supposed to be like CNN in the beginning, kind of like right before that hit, where like local news when those guys kind of ran the city. But that's how they acted, and especially the idea of a woman walking into that workplace. It just like he said, it wasn't. It was supposed to be a comedy, but it was supposed to be more to like expose how terrible men acted. All right, Tori, I wanted to talk about this story because I thought it was really interesting. Justine Bateman and her famous brother Jason. Did you see this article?
Yeah, I did. And just so you know, I'm a massive Bateman fan from Arrested Development. I don't know how many else are on there, but yeah, I've always been interested in their brother-sister relationship.
Yeah, so talk to us about
that. The siblings, he was asked, by the way, he's in the new Zootopia, which did extremely well at the box office.
I don't even know what that is. Is that an animated?
Yeah, and it did, I think it made a record for the best opening for an animated film globally. I mean, it just shot out, and it's supposed to be very funny. They're not at odds, actually, Gigi. He says that they just don't see each other very much. He says
I think that's what made it interesting. If they were at odds,
right. He said they respect each other, but they give each other space to be their own human being. And Justine is very big in the world of like, don't do any Botox. Hollywood is bad. Like, I don't want to change my face. Remember, she put out a whole article about that. And they just do not share a space with each other, which is weird because Justine Bateman's very funny. On Family Ties, she was great. Jason Bateman is, the timing on him is just, I mean, excellent. So you kind of want to see them together, but it's not in the cards.
I think, what's up, Shelly? I think that the reason that article stuck out to me, Tori, and you hit it right on the head, is I do appreciate the nuances in relationships, and it doesn't mean that one is better or worse. Some people are like, you know, my sister and I, we live a block from each other. We're not talking right now. She took my salad bowl. She knows what she did. Like, is it better to be on top of each other and have a bad relationship, or just have a better relationship where you guys, even if it's unspoken, just be like, yo, I got love for you, girl. But like, we don't talk that much. And I think that's like kind of an adult, honest way to discuss a relationship rather than I love her. Yeah, we're just so busy. It's just like, we just don't see each other that much.
Yeah. And it was honest too. Aaron says, I don't hang with my brother. Famously also, not famously, but my Buddhist teacher, Pema, that I talk about a lot, she's like, if you don't get along with a family member and you need to see them, go for like a day, go for like 2 days and have like a couple hours with them, a good lunch. Like anything little can start a good hang, but you don't need to go for like a full weekend or week with them for Christmas. So I know the holidays can be difficult. Christina says, I rarely talk to my brothers. We used to try, but the only thing we have in common is our dad. And I don't like how they treat their dad. Then add politics.
Oh, that's interesting.
Strangers. Yeah.
I think politics has forever changed.
I agree.
The way that people interact with their families. And it's because I think, again, and it's one of those things, colleagues, that we never talk about, but it is what we are constantly dealing with, which is COVID. People that we all knew and loved who were one way went into their cave, and 2.5 years later, they came out. There were QAnon. They were crazy Trumpers. Some people became anti-vaxxers. So everybody just, I think it's because we all had an inordinate amount of time to go so far down a rabbit hole you can't find your way back.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're dealing with.
I think people took to the internet during COVID as like their news and their escape, and learned a whole different language, and their algorithm
and their family.
And their family. And it just absolutely switched that. Marcy says, I talk to my brother's wives more than I do with my brothers. I agree with you, Al. I think that's exactly what happened. I think also, as I bring up the aberration president, that's what I call him. This president had a way to wed in between.
Which one's the aberration president?
Trump, in my opinion. This president had a way to.
How can an aberration happen twice?
It was a strong aberration.
Okay. It was the greatest aberration ever.
I think it's like it's an outlier. This president is an outlier, and he managed to wedge between like very close family members, and they spent their loyalty towards the president and not their family. I mean, it's a rare person that can do that to an actual blood related family member, and many people have gone through this.
I just love that all our colleagues are giving kind of their status with their with their siblings. And for me, I have two sisters. One which I grew up with that was adopted. She and I do not talk very often, but I love her and I'm proud of her. And my other sister, I just don't talk. I don't talk on the phone a whole lot. Tori, I am fighting becoming my father.
Yeah,
And I don't mean that as shade. It means that like every instinct in me is to isolate.
Yeah,
Like even yesterday, like I was sitting on the couch and Sarah's like, our next door neighbor owns a candy company. Hold on, let me shout him out before I tell the story. Hold on.
So we're sorry for the two chats, guys. We know there's a vertical one and a horizontal. We know, but we don't know how to fix it. So thank you for coming over and migrating over here for the new people. Don't worry, Michael Dean will be back soon. He'll be back soon.
Okay, colleagues, thanks for the patience. Mountain Man, Fruit and Nuts. They have they have like 3 locations here in Denver. And apparently they got some famous clients locally that get this. But this one's the Butter Toffee Crunch. I was like, I'm gonna have one. Look how much is left after. I can't
trust Al with candy.
It's
cannot trust Al with candy. Any kind of candy, sour candy especially, gummies.
I wasn't even high. I'm just normal.
Way. So
Sarah's like, hey, our neighbor has a candy festival going on in the lobby. Do you want to go down there? And I was like, geez, I don't know.
So you're getting to the point of a bit of agoraphobia.
No, because I mean, I leave the house. I travel every weekend.
That's true.
I think maybe it might be the reverse of that, in that I've been traveling so much my whole life that Marcy, I do believe that they ship to other states, and Sarah's answering your question before yes, they do. Yes, again, it is Mountain Man Nut and Fruit Company. Mountain Man Nut and Fruit Company.
Stop
and tell
saying
them the friends.
It twice like that. It's weird.
So like I don't your react, you had enough.
Oh, good. Mountain Man. No, it is. I'm sure it's really good. I just don't want you eating the whole thing.
Thank you. I will say this. I do think maybe it's the burnout from all the traveling where I want to sit, and it's like very hard for me to like leave the house. So I gotta work on that. That being said, I'm not great with communication. My sister that I just met in the last 7 years, we do talk more than my sister that I grew up with, but not as much as I like. But she's a lot like me.
Oh, isolated.
And I think, well, not even isolated, like doing their own thing. It's like I texted my daughter a few days ago. I was like, Bree, I'm sorry, I've been MIA for the last couple of days. I've been working. She was like, no, it's okay. I'm busy too, so don't worry about it. And she said it in and I was like, oh, she's my daughter.
Yeah, she's very, very independent. I'm, as you guys know, very codependent. So yesterday I went to Snarf's alone and ate by myself.
Okay, that's good.
And then I went to Walgreens because they take I've never been to that pharmacy. And I went through and I was really nervous about that, but doing it alone. But yeah. I don't like going out of the house alone either. It's introverts, but you can get to a point where you're too introverted and you are avoiding life and you're just doing your stand up and you're coming home and there's no life in between.
Yeah. And that's not good. And I do have to once I'm out, I'm fine.
Right. It's the anticipatory part, getting out.
Yes.
Totally
nailed
agree.
it. Yeah. Thank you guys for diagnosing me. It's not even like I don't think it's bad, but it's just like I'm not. Yeah. Gabriel, that would be my dream.
Yeah, but just fight it out because you don't want to be like isolated. I won't let you.
Okay, that's why I'm coming to trivia tonight. Yes, I have a show tonight at Sushi High if you're in Denver at 8:30. And I'm in Fort Collins tomorrow night. Toledo, New Year's. But I will be at trivia. Do we have a name for our trivia team tonight, Tori?
I think it's something about Andy Dick.
I think you know what it is, and I was trying to make you say it.
I'm not gonna say it. It's not okay. Al, I do
C-Dog is
like
just saying, like, say yes to everything for a week. I mean, that's not bad advice, bro. The only thing is, like, I do say yes, but it's, can I bitch about it for 10 minutes first? It's
Yeah.
it's a much different movie.
Yeah. I know. And for those of you writing me, like, I appreciate this whole thing about being alone, and I consider it like a threat. I think, sorry to be so like psychological this episode, but my mom was like physically dependent on my dad because of her illness and her disease. So I think I grew up in that way, that like you need someone to be there or else you can't do it. So that's where I'm trying to fight the scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but you and honestly, Tori, you really do inspire me, because you are one of those people that I know it's like it's not your favorite thing to get up and get out of the house, but like I'll be like, come to football, and you'll be like, all right, but you'll come.
Yeah,
And
for
that
sure.
means a lot to me. And I can't say that, but then like as soon as it's time for me to do some shit, I'm always like, oh, my leg hurts. You know, you gotta
Flaky McFlake.
yeah, I once I commit, I don't flake, but I just try not to commit.
Yeah, we want to
So,
see. Yeah.
and Mimi, I would love to come down to Jacksonville. I haven't been down there, and I forgot what comedy club they had down there, but did I ever tell you about that club I played down in Jacksonville years ago, Tori? It was a clean club. Like they didn't want
Oh,
any curse words,
yeah.
and I'm sure it's gone now. But the guy based it around a railroad track, like around a train. It was like a train theme, to the point where there was like a gigantic, like the front frame of a train behind you. You know, like if a train was coming, like an old school train. And when you came on, smoke came out and the light would come on. And it was the most random uh uh club. And C-Dog says he remembers the story. I at some point subconsciously cursed a few times.
Oh no, did the
And
train like come?
yeah, no, it should have just, smoke should have come out. And it just go, I get off stage and the owner like yells from down the hallway, Al, an MF and 2 S's. And I was like, dude, you really don't want any cursing.
I
Yeah,
remember
I
you
mean,
telling me this.
but I mean, you know, there are a lot of clubs in Utah. There's a chain of clubs called Dry Bar, and it's mostly clean comedy.
Nice.
And I get it. Some
Yeah.
people are like, I'm out with my wife. I don't want to hear all that.
Oh yeah, I hear that. And Shelly, I want you to say something. Julie just wrote, is that like Dry Bar? Shelly,
Yes.
I do hear what you're saying about independence. She says she refuses to ask for help. I give you a goal that this week you ask for help one time. I want you to push yourself to ask for help one time. It can be very small, but if I'm pushing myself, y'all are going to push yourself. So Shelly, you're going to report back that you asked for help. It could be minor, but let's do it together.
I'm totally down with that. All right, Tori. I wanted to get to this story because I thought it was really interesting. Yeah, we don't have any transitions. I feel like we're house sitting at a friend's house, and somebody's like, "Do you have a wine opener?" And you're like, "I don't know. I don't know where anything is." Uh,
Oh my God.
so Tori, I don't know if you saw that Cheryl Hines, wife of RFK Jr. of what is that, Curb Your Enthusiasm fame, has said in her memoir she was hurt that a lot of her Hollywood friends jumped ship because of her husband's political affiliations. What do you say to that?
I say, cry me a river, honey. Like the smallest violin. Oh, you were hurt because you married a man that has no medical background and is telling us all medical things about vaccinations that could kill people, and Tylenol causes autism, and you're hurt. Maybe you don't marry a crazy man. Maybe you don't marry someone like that. Maybe you don't have that taste. And I remember her last interview, it was a few weeks ago. She said, I think Larry David would still pick up the phone for me. I don't think so, honey.
No,
I don't think so. I have no sympathy for you. That man
Did
is
the interview go, oh, honey?
Yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely ridiculous. So it's good luck, honey. You chose that path. You chose that man who is leading us as the Health and Human Services Department into disastrous thoughts about medicine and has no background, that's who you chose to marry. So that's on you, honey. That's on you. Sorry. I have no sympathy. Am I wrong? What do you guys think in the colleagues? I'm like, goodbye.
I mean,
I
you
was
have to
shocked.
know when you're doing some polarizing stuff. You know, if you know, I married somebody who you know, had said on YouTube, you know what, Hitler made some good points.
Yeah, like he's like, you're married a Nazi.
If I attach myself to that,
right.
And now all of a sudden, like, Tory don't want to text me back. Like,
No,
yeah.
totally. Like that's your issue. And by the way, the Kennedys all get together for this Kennedy Foundation. And like Tatiana Kennedy, Caroline Kennedy's daughter, is 34, just had another baby and came down with terminal cancer. She will die within the year. Okay. That's what they're saying. She wrote it. Yeah. And I'm horrified. But in her article, she calls out her own uncle and says that some of the things I needed for research on this cancer were canceled because of him. And she needed to take the abortion pill because she was hemorrhaging. And she said, imagine I was in the South and he had already said, you can't have it. And that's okay. And that, I mean, they are taking their opportunity to distance themselves as far away as possible. So if the family's doing that and you're like, I'm going to marry him, why is everyone leaving me? Like, good luck, honey. Sorry. That's your own problem.
Well,
that's good. Christina says you can't wallow with pigs and then complain that you get muddy.
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Well, Tory, we're talking about people that are married, and let's say that I will say this about Cheryl. She rode by her man, fresh off the Olivia Nuzzi cheating scandal.
Jesus.
Which she had nothing to say about that.
Stand by your man.
That's their business. But you know what? Sometimes it's public knowledge, just like we found out that your boy Justin Timberlake getting a divorce from whatever that hot chick's name is. My computer's
Jessica Biel.
Yes, that's what I said.
They are?
Yeah, that's what SAR said yesterday.
Oh.
I can't get the article to pull up, but yes.
I didn't know this. We all saw
allegedly until I can get this article. But yes.
They've been in trouble for a while. We've all felt that, like all of us have been feeling the Biel PR train spin some things. Him holding the hand of his co-star. Remember that, Al, when they were out and photographed? Right. Wow. Okay. So
yeah. Well, I mean, it is. And I mean, don't forget he's had a rough tour. You know,
the go-go dancing.
Yes.
SAR says she can't confirm the place I read that from was reputable.
Well, I am glad that maybe that's why this article isn't opening.
Yeah.
It's gonna lead me to the dark web. It's like, do you want Molly? Yeah, I'm actually yeah, and it's not shocking news, but you know, again, she is somebody that has stood by her man, and I think in a lot of ways it's affected her career and her reputation as well. And that's part of, when they say, when you make a decision, either way, there are consequences for everything that you do. If I finish this bag of candy like I'd like to, stomach's going to hurt. That was a decision I made. And it's just like that. You attach yourself to a person that has publicly embarrassed you quite a few times. And if you choose to stand by them, there is going to be some blowback from that. So, good luck to her, bro. Tory, our last story that I kind of want to get to, and I guess I put these all together because they kind of all are in the same vein. A lot of fans were disappointed when Kelsey Grammer of Cheers and Frasier fame came out and said Donald Trump is the greatest president of our lifetime. What did you think when you saw that? Because I clicked, because I was like, there are two Kelsey Grammers? I was like, it can't be.
So Frasier was, I think, top 3 of my favorite comedies of all time.
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was so good.
It's impeccable. David Hyde Pierce. I mean, you've got great actors in that. I always knew that since the first Trump administration, he's MAGA. Like, he's been MAGA from the very beginning. Hardcore Republican, but also a Trumper, like a hardcore Trumper. And so I was not surprised by this. But did you see what Lauren Holly, his co-star from Down Periscope, I think that's what it's called?
I remember that movie.
You know what she said?
No.
So after he came out with this MAGA nonsense about Trump being the best president that we've ever had, she just tweeted, he farted the entire time on down Periscope.
Really? That means that he was just eating bad stuff from craft services, and they were just like, bro.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, like we said, I mean, it kind of went under the radar because she's not as famous now as she is, you know, Kelsey Grammer is, but Gloria Gaynor, remember, came out and she was like a Trump supporter, and it's just like
he gave her, I think, the Kennedy Center honor, I believe, that just happened a couple weeks ago. And
Sylvester Stallone, I believe he got it for Tulsa King season 3.
I just have to say, like, without being bougie and bragging, my family has gone to the Kennedy Center since I was a baby, and we love the theater there. It's been phenomenal. And since Trump has taken over and fired a bunch of people, Issa Rae has stopped. She was going to perform there this year. Hamilton was going to perform at the Kennedy Center. They all backed out. But I think Lauren Holly just being like, he farted a lot. Like a lot. That's so good.
Do you know how much you have to fart where that's the only thing that you remember about that person? Not they did it once. Everybody be like, cool story, bro. But like a lot, they're like, what do you mean? And they're like, they just draw a number on a piece of paper and turn it to you. Like, yeah.
They all come in with like nose plugs.
46.
I mean, you know, and that's your consequence. You stand out for this president that is really disliked by the majority of Americans at this next polling that we've seen, which is horrendous polling numbers for him. The worst of his second term ever, the worst of his administration. You're gonna get the farting response. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Christina said he's been full of hot air for decades. That's good.
Yeah, there's a thing. Shelly's wait, no, who said that? Oh, Sea Dog says, oh, Emlo said my dog farts a lot. And Tori, I know that you remember when Jen Wiederstrom's dog farted in the studio. The first 2 seasons, we had a co-host named Jen Wiederstrom. I love her to death. And she used to bring her dog Hank, R.I.P. Hank. He was a rescue English bulldog.
Yeah, no, he's like a pit bull and a Stafford. Yeah, he was like a mix. He was really big and amazing.
But moved the way you think. He moved like a 64-year-old mafia boss that's on oxygen. Like, yeah, just like he just would sit and he would come to work with her and he would let out these gassers that were, I feel like we should have gotten a daytime Emmy just for maintaining composure. So
it was bad. It stunk up the whole studio, but we love him and we love her. Someone said, wait, this is the funniest thing you guys have said. Tossed salad and scrambled eggs, indeed. Said Jag in Arizona.
Yeah, well, that's good. All right, Tori. Well, we got to get ready to wrap it up. Next week, guys, we will have Michael Dean back.
I don't know if we will.
I know, but I have to will it into existence. I don't know what's happening. Like a confused man. I'm sure anybody walking by there's a man yelling in that apartment. I know it's girls at work. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna try and get Michael Dean to help us. I do want to give you guys a fact if you guys want one.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't have the thing to play and I got sad, so I didn't want to do your fact of the day. Julia said, we will find you somehow. What a sad indictment on me. Oh, yes. And ELC said we need your pick. So let's do that first.
Okay.
It's Thursday night, boo-boo.
Did I get my other one? Did I get my other one wrong?
Yes, you picked the Eagles. But Mimi, you're leaving before Tori's vibey sports picks. Tori, I can see in your face you're starting to feel pressure. You know, because when you don't know, you're light and you're picking free, but now you can feel the weight of the world as people are texting you like, thanks, now my kids can't go to school. And so, Tori, tonight, the Atlanta Falcons are playing. Hold on, brain fart. The Buccaneers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That means my boy Baker Mayfield, Bake Show, is playing, and he's going to be going up against Atlanta, and their quarterback, a little bit of an older guy named Kirk Cousins. Atlanta season is over. Too many losses, but Tampa Bay is still fighting.
Wait, so why are they playing if it's over?
Well, you still have to finish the season out. You just can't leave.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah.
Like they have no shot. I see what you're saying.
They don't have a shot mathematically to make the
I
playoffs.
see. Okay. Sar wants to know if she should keep Chris Godwin in.
Ask her instead of who?
Instead of who? Okay, so it's the Falcons versus the Buccaneers. Where are they playing?
They're playing in Tampa.
Okay, I think it's going to be the Bucks. I have a strong feeling it's going to be the Bucks.
Okay, what makes you think that the Bucks are going to do it tonight?
By the way, do they say the Bucks? Is that the word I should use?
Yeah.
Okay. I think when you're down and out like that and you don't have any way to get out to the playoffs in any way, there's just something that like dies inside of you. So I just think the Buccaneers have more like impetus to win. And sometimes that motivation can give you a little momentum. It's a division rival game, says Indy ELC.
Yes.
Marcy says, go Bucks. And Florida's warm. You know, did y'all know that Gatorade was made in Florida for the Florida Gators because they kept getting dehydrated and cramping? So they came up with Gator Aid, their trainers, to help them aid. And that's how we got Gatorade. Okay, so everybody knows that. Okay, so I do think it's going to be Tampa Bay for the win. Also, the Buccaneer, is that a pirate?
Yes.
Okay.
When they score a touchdown, they fire off a cannon.
Okay. Wow, we are such Neanderthals.
We still go back to, like, there was a wonderful time. Pirates used to roll up and murder people, and they were like, can we name our team that? Only if you can name our team the Vikings. They took all your money and essayed your women, and we want to name our. It's like, yeah, it's very weird who we've decided.
Yeah, the Pirates have been like cool for all that. But yeah, I do think it's going to be the Bucks. And
can we get a score?
Yeah, I think it's going to be 21-18. And I did want to shout out Phillip Rivers because at 44, he was just hired as a quarterback.
Yes. I don't know. Yes, he was hired as a quarterback. I've never heard it phrased like that, but technically that is correct. He has been onboarded as a quarterback. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. He is a grandpa, Tori.
He's a grandpa?
Yes. He's older than his coach, Tori. I mean, he's an older
That's not like
guy.
that old. I understand
he's
for football.
44, but yeah, it's pretty he's pretty old. And by the way, sorry, keep Godwin in. I think he's gonna cook tonight. But so
good for Phillip Rivers. I think that's nice when like they're represented.
Yeah, but Tori, these are people playing sports. This is like represented. He's not a delegate. I will say this, Tori. I mean, I don't know if you saw the press conference, but Phil is a dad and a grandpa, and he's been kind of, clearly hanging out. And a reporter goes, "How much do you weigh?" And he goes, "I don't know." But it's not like because he was like big, but he just has that like, I'm a multimillionaire grandfather, I'm good big. Okay. And so like when you see his face, I'm like, I don't know how close he is to like being ready to play.
C-Dog says he's got 13 children.
C-Dog, if memory serves, I think he has 10 children and a grandchild. But Sean Alexander, former star running back for the Seahawks in the early 2000s, he has 14 kids.
Whoa, that's like back in the day you had like unbelievable. He is a Homestead numbers amount of kids.
It really is. Back when people used to have that number of kids because in Listen Up, RFK and Cheryl, there were no vaccines and things like that. So like a couple of your kids probably weren't going to make it.
Yeah.
No shade. That's just how life was when we couldn't pasteurize milk and shit.
And we also didn't have something called birth control.
Yes. And by the end of these 4 years, we won't have it again. I will never understand. But yeah. And the good news is Trump is bailing out the farmers. I was going to end the show, but I've had it with farmers. I've had it. They they have this outsized voice. They bitch about everything until they vote their guy in. Their guy comes in, ships their soybeans off, imports beef from other countries.
Tariffs.
Then they bitch about that. Yeah, they bitch about the tariffs their guy that they voted for brought, and then they get bailed out.
Farmers are sort of the backbone of our country, so I don't want to like put them down too much. But I do
make better choices, farmers, and we have to have this conversation.
I agree. They trusted him to bail them out, and
why?
And he did.
But no, they had to bail them out because they were going broke.
Oh, he caused the problem and then solved his own problem that he caused. That's all that happens. It's over and over and over again. But yeah, it's he created the issue that he now has to solve. But I'm just amazed at anyone who thought this guy with a golden toilet was working for the common man and the worker and the farmer work. Like, if you believe that, I have a bridge over water to sell you. Bridge over troubled waters.
All right, Tori, do you have a fact for us?
I do.
All right.
Like, how dare you think that? It's embarrassing. Okay. So when you say
yes, Michael Anderson had said he bailed him out his first term too.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I believe there's a caveat in there to cut out black farmers. And I was like, Jesus, like, do y'all have to just be shitty about everything? Do they have like a shitty, do they outsource that to another company? Like you would PR and just be like, can you bring in and just be like, well, it's something to be really mean right here.
Always.
Yeah.
Let's take a daycare worker mother from her screaming child and deport her. It's like that.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, I agree with Emlo here. It's also, he didn't bail them out. Taxpayers bailed them out.
Thank you for correcting. Yes.
For saying that. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely outrageous. Okay. So here's my fact. You know, when you say,
and Marcy didn't he give them 40 billion to Argentina?
Oh, he gave it I don't know if it was million or billion. I don't know why billion. He helps out other countries and then creates chaos in ours. Like he solves Gaza and then wants to create war on the streets of Portland. It's such a strange move. It is.
Well, it's a good way to stay in power. And also he helps out the countries that have leaders that are similar to him. And I believe Argentina has their version of a Trump. He's like a weird kind of guy.
Yeah.
He
likes that. And by the way, how embarrassing when FIFA handed him a peace prize and the man had to put it on himself.
That was so embarrassing to even get that prize. And they were just like, we know he wants this. I had so many thoughts. I thought that story might be too old, but I'm glad because I just had to get that out. I was like, it's one thing to be rude and, not have a lot of knowledge about a thing. About a lot, but there's a certain sadness when you don't have any embarrassment and you realize
none. No self-awareness, none.
Yeah, no. And not one person on your team is like, maybe we don't do this. Maybe you don't even tell them why. Yeah. You have to lie and be like, there's a bigger prize. We don't have time for that. But just like there be one person, the PE award. If somebody was like, if you didn't get first, second, or third in a 4-person science contest, and they were just like, oh, and Tori, you get the fastest one to break down your exhibit award, and you just walk up there and you put it on thank you. Like, it's so embarrassing.
No, and I just want to say this. Julia says no empathy, no humility. May I add, no humor. He never talks about a book he likes, a movie he likes, any kind of joy. He never goes to a museum. He doesn't go to theater. He doesn't have any kind of like hobbies. He doesn't laugh a lot. It's just a very strange human being. Okay, here's the fact. When you say I'll be there in a jiffy, do you think it's true or false that jiffy is an actual calculation of a certain amount of time?
I would say true just because of the way you're saying that. But
I know I kind of wrote it.
Know.
It is true. A jiffy is how far light can travel in a second.
Oh. That's interesting.
Yeah, a jiffy is the unit of time representing the time it takes light to travel. Oh, no, so sorry. The time it takes light to travel 1 centimeter, not 1 second, 1 centimeter.
Who would ever need to measure that?
Well, if you want to measure light years, how far is the moon or the stars from our solar system, you can measure a jiffy.
I liked it. Usually I critique your first one, but you knocked that out of the park. Tori. On behalf of friends from work, I appreciate y'all riding with us. I don't know how you did it. I truly do not.
I don't know how you guys
so
did
much.
It was like
I
choose-your-own
still
adventure.
don't know where I am technically, but you know what? Monday is a new day. I'm going to spend the whole GD weekend figuring out where the effing thread is.
Maybe
And
let
we're gonna
Shar help you.
all right. And you'll be here Sunday because we're all doing it. All right. Good
And by
ending.
the way, I said 21 to 18, but if you guys think 21 to 28 is a better score, go with that one.
Are you going 21 to 18?
I said that. Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. All
Buccaneers.
right. All right. 21-18 Buccaneers. You heard it here. All right. You guys check out Thursday Night Football and let us know what you think. But in the meantime, have a great weekend. We truly, truly love you. And 21-18 Buccaneers over the Falcons is what Tori's going with.
Yeah.
So, and Michael Dean will be back soon. And we'll be back on Monday. All right. I love y'all. All right.
Bye, guys. Do we know how to get off?
I don't think so. I tried to. Oh, here we go.